Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. I hope there are a couple of people out there. I can see a couple on the old doodle flip. So it is the start of the summer holidays, which means lots of activities to do with my little boy. But today he is staying at one of his friends, which was very unexpected this morning. So that's nice. He's having a sleepover at a friend's. But then this weekend he's going camping with Nanny and Gaga. Gaga is Grandad. He just used to call him Gaga, which is quite fitting for my dad. Anyway, so I didn't do a live last week because I was recovering from Fantasy Forest, and I definitely was recovering. I was absolutely knackered afterwards because it's just such a full-on weekend, and I've got back problems as it is, so it really does take it out of me, but it's so worth it. I hope people got to see some of the videos I posted on Facebook, but I will post them, what I didn't get around to posting, on my YouTube channel, just so you can see just the absolute fun that happens at Fantasy Forest. But it was super, super good fun. But yeah, it's long days because, so I was there running a stall and you're open from 10 till 8. And you don't get a break unless you've got somebody helping him. Luckily I had Mum to help, but I don't like to leave Mum with the store for too long, only if I need to run off to the toilet, or yeah, that's about it, to be fair. Because, you know, bless her, she is very good. She feeds me and looks after me. She gets me my tea and my sandwiches, so, but she really enjoys coming to the event as well, because it is just absolutely crazy just how much fun it is. But so Fantasy Forest have announced they're doing a second event starting as of next year, and in September they're going to be running Fantasy Forest 2 at Hatfield House. So if you are into the weird and wonderful cosplay, steampunk, pirates, fairies, if you're into any of that or all of that, you like to dress up, you just like the vibes, I think tickets go on sale at the beginning of August. So if you're interested, look it up, because it is just such a fun event with tons of different music stages and entertainment, and yeah, it's just great fun. So fingers crossed I get invited to be a stall holder there, and if I do, I will take something completely different to what I do on Sudley Castle Fantasy Forest. I will, yeah, I got something else in the pipeline that I'm gonna possibly take, which is different, so I'm quite excited about that. But I'm just, you know, putting the wheels in motion, shall we say. So that's exciting. So when I know a bit more and I can show you, I shall. But anyway, I hope you all are good there in the world of YouTube. It is crazy because it is the start of the summer holidays, which just really throws me out. Because, well, obviously I've got an 8-year-old which who I have to entertain in some way or another and look after, and he is my responsibility as well as trying to work at the same time. But I was very lucky today that he got to hang out with one of his friends, and he's sleeping there tonight. So that was very unexpected, because he was going to come to work with me in the morning, and then we were going to go meet up with friends for a bit of a play, and it all kind of changed, which was great for him. So he's loving life. Anyway, so I thought we could do a different type of card. So another kind of way to make our card base, our kind of backgrounds, and then kind of using different elements to make our kind of feature part of the card. So I've got my trusty brayer out because we're going to be using brayers today. So something a little bit different. Don't think I've done much brayer work with you guys. I might have done in the past, but we're going to do a brayered style background, a bit mixed media, using some die cuts. And I have Barney down here, who was just on the desk, who I kindly had to ask him to get down because he was in front of the camera. So he may join us in a second, because he's been desperate to get onto my lap because I've been out working from about 11 o'clock, and he does like to just sit on me. Bless him. So anyway, if you are brand new to me and my channel, thank you for joining me. I am Kellyanne Jordan and this is Crafty Kelly's. I have a craft brand called Crafty as a Fox, which is available on my website, also in a couple of other places. Some of my products are available on Craft oh God, I'm going to get it wrong. Craft Source Market Source. I've got it the wrong way around. But they're lovely old employers that I have worked with previously who are absolutely lovely, who are trying to create a crafting website for all crafts and to kind of really champion small businesses, which is great. So lovely to be part of them. You can find their links and stuff on my website, and I've shared posts of products that they have of mine. Also, you can find it on Hobby Maker and on my own website. And thank you for the orders I've had the last couple of days. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And some are in the post, and the ones that have come through today will be in the post tomorrow. So the main thing about my brand is the concept of card journaling. So I make stamps and stencils just to create mixed media, cards, whatever it is that you like to make. I make so many different things. If you've seen previous videos, you'll see I do canvas pieces, cards, embroidery. You know, I like to play it all. But I have created this book where you can just log everything you've used for a project, so it doesn't have to just be card making. I've called it card journaling because that's primarily what I do. So you have a space to just log everything you've used for a project, say different ink colours, stamps, stencils, mediums, so on, cardstock. And then you have the ability to keep an actual copy of it, so a photograph, a photocopy. If you want to, you can even create a second one to put it in the book. I did start doing that, but I found my book got a bit bulky. So I've now reverted to doing a photocopy. But there is slots for 30 different projects for you to pop in your books. And they are available on Amazon, my website, Hobby Maker. I think if they've got any left in stock. Yeah, so thank you very much. Now, let's do some creating. So I'm going to flip-it-a-flew you round. And there we go, flip-it-a-flew. So I'm going for a slightly different colour palette for this one. I'm going to bring in squeezed lemonade, so a bit of yellow. I'm going to bring in this green, which is twisted citron. I probably said that wrong, being dyslexic, apologies. A rusty hinge, and I might just use a little bit of the evergreen because it is a favourite, but we're going to use those to create our background to start with. And I'm going to kind of go with yellow as being one of my main base colours. Now I've got a piece of watercolour cardstock. I could use regular cardstock, but just in case I want to do any kind of lifting, adding too much kind of fluid onto the cardstock, I'm sticking with my watercolour, because that can take the extra fluid. So I'm just running my roller on there. I wish I had a couple of these, but I don't. And I'm just gonna, and I might grab another yellow as well, just to get some good coverage. Do you know what I do have? I have some really good sponge brayers. I think you've seen them before. And I've got to say, they are fantastic. Oh, the lovely Kelly is here. Hello, my lovely lady. Hi, Kelly. A little bit late. You're fine, my love. I've been waffling as always. And we've got Karen. Hello. New to the channel. Well, thank you for joining us. Ready to see a little bit of creativity and a little bit of craziness is what tends to happen, because I just keep talking. I can't help it. But I hope, ladies, you are very well, both of you. So I'm using my brayer just to kind of get some of this lovely colour down. But we're going to mix some of the colours. And if I'm honest, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. But I saw something with a similar colour palette. And I was like, oh, I want to give that a go. I like those colours. So I was inspired by a colour palette. We're not going to recreate that project. Just the colours. And that's the beauty of the card journaling. If you're new to me in the card journaling, you know, having a project, using a colour palette that you like is just such a fabulous way of using it. So I'm going to pop that one to the side, and I now need the green. I'm going to take off some of this if I can. With a little, oh, wrong way. A little baby wipe. I do hate using them, but they are very useful for quick cleanup. A little bit of our green. And it's very kind of bright, citrusy, lovely colours that we're going to be using tonight. I'm hoping I get some nice different kind of textury smudges here. We might do a little bit of stenciling on top. I have not decided yet. I've just decided on the colour scheme, and well, that was about it, to be fair. I after dropping my little munchkin off at my friend's and going to work, coming back, I had just enough time to go meet up with the rest of my friends, and her actually, who were at a friend's for a play date. So I got half an hour with the girls to chat. Then I came home and I was like, oh my God, it's very rare I'm ever on my own. It was very odd, very odd. So I sat and I cuddled my cat for a bit because she's feeling a little bit put out because of Barnacles, who is down there grooming himself. Bless him. If you haven't heard about Barney, so he's 15 years old. We are fostering him at the moment because his actual owner is in hospital recovering. Bless her. She's an elderly lady, and yeah, she's not in a position where she can look after him. So we are. Right, I'm going to just try and dab little bits of this. And I might get my sponge sprayer out to just blend these a little bit more, because I'm not entirely happy with it. But it is, we've got very different colours today. Very different colours. And I wonder if I could blend some of it. Let's get that yellow. And get rid of just some of that harshness. Probably won't work, but I'm going to just take my yellow, and I'm just going to try and make that a little bit more intense. Will it work? Who knows? Is it worth trying? Yeah. We just love a bit of ink. I am usually covered in it. Right. Now, what I do want to do on top of this is something a little bit strange. Where did I put it? There. So, there we go. Now what I want to do is do I have picket fence as an ink pad? I can't remember. I don't know if I do. Oh, will it be? Sorry, I'm grabbing an ink, guys. Or I think oh, do you know what? I might use a little bit of oxide just to blend it a bit. Oh, I think I do. It's bad, isn't it, when you forget what ones you've got? So I'm going to take that oxide and I'm just going to blend a little bit on top. Sorry, Barnacles. Oh, there we go. And I just want to break up some of those harsh lines because they're a little bit hard. So using the oxide over the top can just break that down just a little bit. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, so do I have an oxidey green? I don't think I do. Let's have a quick look. I haven't labelled my oxides yet. I've had them long enough. I was really good a while ago in yeah, labelling all my colours up, but I haven't got round to that with this lot yet. Not yet. I just need a sponge dauber. Got a whole load of them somewhere. Oh gosh, sorry guys. There they are. I knew they were somewhere. A whole bag of these little bad boys. Ah, hi Rob. How are you this week? Oh, need that. Right, I'm going to take some of me, because it's the only green that I've got. I'm just going to try and take away some of those harsh lines a little, because I don't want it to, but I think that's, yeah, I like that. That's better. That is better. I don't have Rusty Hinge as an oxide, unfortunately. But do I have a, oh, I do have a blending pad, so I can just blend a little bit of that. Let's move you over. Because although I like the colour, I don't like too much of a harsh line. That's cool. Yeah, no, I like that. I'm good. I'm good now. I've fiddle-faffled. Fiddle-faffled. Don't get those mixed up. Put you back there. I'm going to use my picket fence. Now, this could be a very bad idea. So I think I'm going to use... I was going to drag it across my card base, but thinking about it, that's probably a dreadful idea, isn't it? It's probably a dreadful idea. So I'm going to take some of that white. I'm just going to see if I can get it to... No, I didn't think it would. Yeah, I'm going to need some paint instead. White paint, which I do have some next to me. Oh. So how is Rob? Not too bad. Just working. Yeah, work. Yeah, I get it, mate. We're like forced into this rat race, aren't we? Like, it's crazy. It really is. I mean, I shouldn't talk political stuff ever, but like you're told at school, you know, you're basically geared up to go to work, and that is it. That's your life. It's really sad. Really sad, because they don't really care when you go to school what you're going to become. It's just you got to go to work, which is a real shame. Anyway, I'll shut up about that. Right, so I'm just, so this is confetti ink. This is it's a Stamps by Me product, but when Tony had the Thirsty brush range that she was doing quite heavily, this is one of the inks from that. So I'm just going to take my brush, I'm just going to kind of stroke it across bits of it, just to kind of break it up a little bit, add another contrasting colour to it. Yeah, there we go. I might go over it a bit more with in places. There we go. So it does kind of, oh look, I'm bleeding. Clean that out. There we go. Right. That'll do. Right, water to one side. I'm going to leave that to one side to dry, and then we will work on kind of like a few elements that we're going to pop onto the project. I'll just wipe this down. Oh God, I'm getting white stuff everywhere. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to grab some stamping card. Yeah, school holidays, it's crazy. I can't believe how quickly this year has gone. So I've got some black, but it's kind of off black, so it's more like a grey black card, which I normally, if I'm honest, I really do like to use like black, the old super black stuff. How many am I going to need? Let me have a little thinky. Okay, yeah, that should be enough for what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my stamps. So I'm going to grab, where are you? I'm going to grab the, from the texture stamp set, I'm going to grab the script. Because I really like this and I love using it in projects. But this is actually going to end up being kind of a main focus. So I'm just going to ink this up. I could use my stamping tool, but actually I don't mind so much if I don't get a clear impression for every single one. But I'm going to pretty much cover this bit of cardstock because we're going to do some die cutting from it. To kind of create our little elements to go onto the project. So just try and do nice, firm, even pressure, lift, lovely. And this is hopefully just going to kind of blend into one. And this should be enough for one. So I need to do the other one because there's a few bits that I want to die cut out for this. New release is coming out at the end of August. 31st, apparently, I'm on Telebox with the new collection. All going well. I've got a few ideas for the next couple of collections. But if you've got something in mind that you would like to see, you want more of, please just drop me a comment. Drop me I kind of would like a texture like this, or a stencil like that, or I like this, I'd like more of that. Just say, because I like to get your guys' feedback because you use the products as well. And the thing is there are a lot of products out there, but I don't want to recreate other things too much that other people have unless it's been done in my own way. I'm sure you get what I'm saying. Okay, so just do one little bit on the bottom. If you wonder why, so as I go through videos and stuff, sometimes I try and explain what I'm doing and just kind of for information sakes and stuff. But if you're wondering why I tend to take the ink pad to the stamp instead of the other way around, is because I feel like I've got more control on how much pressure I'm adding to using it that way than I do the other way. You'll find a lot of stampers do, and it's kind of widely recognised that in the stamping world. But if you wonder why it's done that way, it's because you feel like you've got a bit more control over it. So let's pop you over to one side so I can remember to clean you all. Okay, so grab my die cutter machine. Oh, I piled stuff on it. What did I do that for? So I've got a Big Shot. I have had this Big Shot for at least 10 years. It was a special edition from Stampin' Up. That's why it's black and not kind of the traditional colours. But if I'm honest, so I've had this for 10 years and it has been a workhorse that I've used time and time again. The only thing I have to do every so often is tighten up the screw on the handle. I think these are my still original plates from like 10 years ago, which is crazy, isn't it? Crazy. I think it was about 10 years ago. Oh, it might have been 8 when my son was born. Take it back, 8 years. Right, now dies. So we're going to get the dies from my butterfly collection. And we're going to take the outline one. I'm going to take the little one. We will use this one, but not to cut these out. I'm going to cut something else out. So I also want to cut out my texture die, the floral one. I'm going to use that. I don't know if this is all going to work out. We will see. I've got an idea in mind, but as usual, it's an idea. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's why we do these things, isn't it? Give it a good try. Oh, gosh, I'm moving everything. I used to have my camera attached to the table, so every time I did this, the whole thing would wobble everywhere. But now it's attached to, I've got a shelving unit above, which I am at some point going to have a little tidier change around. I said this a little while ago, but I just haven't had the time to do it. But I really need to swap everything around. I will do eventually. All tap, tap, tap. It's fine, I shall hoover tomorrow. And so I could have probably, instead of doing it this way around, I could have cut it out and then stamped on it. But I like this way. I like this way. Right, let's grab those butterflies. Let's chuck that on the floor. Oh, Barney's gone. Barnacles has gone. Now, I'm going to get the big butterfly here. Get the little one there. Well, the layers anyway. And I know I talk about the products that I provide or I manufacture and stuff. But I mean, if you've got something similar at home, please use what you've got. Don't go out and buy stuff if you don't need to. Right, so we've got 1, 2. Okay, and you. Now, whoop, I'm going to pop you 3 over to the side, and now I need some black. Now I had a pile of it next to me. There it is. So I need a little bit because I only want that middle part of the butterfly. So I'm going to cut 2 of those out. So it popped in there. Oh, I might be able to fit 2 on that one. Just run that through. And move it down, and then I can do that one. I think it's on. Ooh. I think that's all the die cutting I need to do. Right. So let's move that off. Let's grab that. Let's move you out the way. Ooh. Now, so let's just pop that out and grab my scissors, or a pair of scissors. Just gonna cut up to that because I basically just want the butterfly body. Whoop. Here we go. There is one. And let's do the other one. This is just another way of using your die cuts. Let's give them a little snip. Okay, so I've got my 2 little bodies. I may just trim that little bit off a little. There we go. 1, 2. And then the rest of you go there. Don't worry, I will hoover tomorrow. Now, so we've got some nice little butterfly shapes. So I'm going to use. Should I use that way? No, that way. So we've got a little butterfly there, and a butterfly there. And we're going to chippity chop this. So first of all, I want to, it's a little kind of whitey white. So let me grab a black and just kind of, oh, that's not one. That's the one. No, it's not. I pile it all next to me to grab, and then I realise that I've not piled it next to me to grab. So I'm just going to use some black soot. How's the new cat? Well, if I'm honest, it's a little bit testy at the moment. Phoebe isn't happy. My little baby isn't happy. So she stopped coming in for a bit. but as in, so at night, Barney is, we have a door to the front room, dining room area. That's where his kind of food and his tray and stuff is, because he was an indoor cat, and he still is, but so he has free roam of that during the night, so Phoebe can come upstairs, and she's got free roam of the rest of the house. So our bedroom, our son's bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, and her food's in the kitchen. But she's finding it very difficult, although we are getting slightly better. She wouldn't, so the front window's always open, and so is the kitchen door most of the time. Obviously, if it's not very cold, if it's not very warm, then it's closed. But generally, because Barney really likes to go outside, he doesn't get how to use the cat flap, which is a bit of a shame. So I have to kind of let him out either the window, or I have to let him out of the front window. So the window or the back door, sorry. Words, Kelly. Not you, Kelly, me, Kelly. So yeah, that's why I kind of this afternoon, I scooped her up because I enticed her in with treats, and I took her up to our bedroom and I just sat on the bed with her for an hour to give her some time. But she is getting slightly better. Like, she will come to the front window now, and she will come in, but she won't stay in the front room for long. We did some catnip fun the other day, where I, put catnip on a towel and on the front room floor and let them both play in it, and she was okay for a certain amount of time, but then she had enough, which is fine. I mean, she's had enough. But yes, it's not going as smoothly as I would hope. Now with this, I'm gonna chippity chop. But I'm gonna chippity chop in a very funny way. I'm gonna chippity chop there and there. So, I done it the wrong way, didn't I? That's fine. So I'm going to do like a line of it up here, and I want it to do a line going down, so I wanted it that way. How have I just done that so wrong? Who knows? But that's fine, because what we'll do is we'll just chippity chop you, we'll add you in, and then we can just add a little bit more in there. Yes, that'll work. That'll work. So I'm just going to add, like I've just done there, is I've taken the black and I've just made it a little bit darker. I'm going to do the same to here, but the edges, trying to keep that kind of middle still nice. Still nice. But just a little bit more kind of blended in with the black. But I'm sure, I'm hoping it will. I mean, to be fair, it's better than it first was with Phoebe, but she's not loving it. I don't know if do you ever get like weird things just pop up on your feed when you're doom scrolling? I keep on getting this particular cat and her owner. I think she's called Flounder. And they have developed like buttons, which you press and they say a word which you program into them. Now, I used to use them in special needs with some of our non-verbal students when I was in the field, and they're great. But this woman is using this same tool, but with her cat. And, kind of asking the cat questions, and the cat talks back to her using these buttons, and it is amazing. So I've gone and got some of the buttons from my teaching days. And I'm going to try and teach my cat how to use them. How bizarre is that? It's crazy, isn't it? But, yeah. So I'm doing that at the moment. But I'm quite impressed. Like, she understands. She definitely understands more than I think I give her credit for. Because I do just talk to her like a human. And I tell her things and, where her safe space is and stuff like that. And My other half thinks I'm probably insane, but that's fine. I can deal with that. I don't mind being a little bit cuckoo talking to my cat. But I swear she does understand sometimes. Like when I say, you know, your safe space is in Mummy's bedroom. And I do, I'm one of those crazy cat women. I refer to myself as her mum. So sorry about that. Yes, because, well, I have had her since she was a babe because she was a rescue. And I just, you know, I'm the only mum she's ever known. She was abandoned. Okay, so I've just added a little bit of black to there. So let's stick my little bodies onto my Doojima flip. Where's the glue? There it is. So we've got a parquet floor downstairs, and I used some of this glue the other day to stick down some of the parquet floor that keeps lifting when I hoover it. And it seems to be holding up quite well still. A little interlude into my world. I'm sure I shouldn't be doing that, but I wanted some glue, and this was the first thing that I grabbed. It will probably come off when I wash the floors. I'll give them a good wash, but I need to get some proper stuff. Our parquet floor is lovely, but it's the original parquet floor, and it is got some damage from in the past where we've had, not when we have, when previous owners, their radiators leaked. And they've caused a bit of damage. See, that's cool, isn't it? I like that. Yeah, when my cat starts actually talking English back to me, yeah, I do think I may have an issue. So I'm gonna let's do a little bit of placement, because my big butterfly may be a little bit too big, maybe not. And so we wanted a strip here. We still need to do a sentiment, but we'll get to that. Strip here. Whatever hangs over, I can chippity chop. I can chippity chop it. What's that? No, it's that way around. That one. That one. And then we were going to do that one. Do we think that's a bit much? Let's do a little bendy bend. Yeah, bendy bend. And then we need a sentiment. Now, I kind of want one of my sentiments that's in texty text. That makes no sense whatsoever. Now, do I have anything that's kind of appropriate here? Oh, I can't read them. What is it? Don't let others extinguish your light. You bring light to my life. Live life in the light. So we'll do that one, because that will work lovely. So I'm just going to do a little stampy stamp, and then we can chippity chop that out. There. And where did I just put that ink? There it is. It's funny because I've got the extra camera now. Well, not extra camera, but because I've got the screen camera-y bit, I forget that sometimes you can see the madness of me, you know, looking for stuff. So, sorry about that. I kind of like it because sometimes I look up to the camera and I'm talking to you. Now, will that fit that way? No, it won't. No, it won't. We only want a little skinny one. Skinny ninny. Let's bring that in. That out of the way. I was going to do some circles, but I don't think they're going to fit on, if I'm honest. And let's just chop you there. Enough of you. That's enough. Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to do a little bit of the... So I'm just going to angle it up slightly so I don't like squish all over it, but I know I'll end up getting it all over it. But I still want to, like with the butterflies and background, I want to kind of still keep just a tiny bit of that white. but I am covering my fingers in it. I know I wanted to paint my nails black, but I haven't got around to it yet. Just cover them in ink instead. Now, I think that will just pop quite nicely in there. What do we think? I'm going to start putting together, but I think that will pop quite nicely. Maybe on top of the butterfly. No, I kind of like it in that spot. So let's just poopity pop you there, just so I can start assembling. Now at the weekend, Fantasy Forest, I got to see one of my absolute golden friends called Gail, who does watch occasionally. She's my hat maker friend. It was such a pleasure to see her, and we were lucky enough to have our camper vans next to each other, so I could have a good catch up and a gossip with her, because, you know, I absolutely love her. Right. Let's just move you around a little bit. I think that's about right. Give it a little wipe-a-woo down, and then I'll add this to the card base. So because we've not got no child tonight, we're going to be able to watch what we want on the telly box. Not that there's anything that I really want to watch. Has anybody else been watching the... Do I want that side? Up that way? Yeah. Or that way. That way. Has anybody else been watching the series? What's it called? Sandman. So I finished watching the latest episodes, which is obviously, it's got to be the end of the series now. And I've got to say, I enjoyed most of it until the ending. They killed off Morpheus, and I am... Oh, sorry, if you haven't watched it. I shouldn't say that. But I was very disappointed in the ending. Because characters I love. Yes. Oh, I shouldn't have put this together. I should have put this on. Let's just get it up so it doesn't matter that I haven't snippety snood it. There we go. That's fine. Yeah, really disappointed. I've got to find something else to watch now as well. I do love watching a good series every night, something. What's Kel said? Kel said, love this look. May need to have a go. Yeah, do. I mean, that's the entire reason I do these. Is one, because it gives me the opportunity to have a play. And two, because it inspires other people to try things. Because most of the time, I don't have a Scooby what I'm doing. I just, like, for this, it was a colour palette. I was like, oh, I'd quite like to use the brayer. I've got a colour palette in mind. I've got a few things in mind I'd like to do. And then by doing it, it just, you know, gives you the opportunity to see, God, if it looks awful, it looks awful. Well, at least we've had a go. That's the way I see it. I'm not going to raise these up on paddies, I don't think. I have lifted wings, and the wings will stay lifted, except for when it goes in the print, not the printer, the photocopier. I might lift the sentiment up. I've got a little bit of yellow on, not yellow, thingamabob on him, but that's fine. Sticker this to him down, and yeah, so I think that I will. So where did I put the box of them? I've got a box of them here. Oh, little ones will do. Little ones will do. My God, does anybody else like find like the backs of these like absolutely everywhere? Because I do. Drives me insane. I'm forever hoovering them up from like all over the house. I'm like, I have no idea how it got there. Well, I do. It's because I drop them and they get places that they shouldn't. I'm going to keep it over this side. Yeah, Yeah, keep it over this side. There we go. There we go. So what do we think? What do we think? You mainly watch stuff on YouTube. Yeah, we watch a few bits. It's usually all quite political on YouTube that we end up watching. Yeah, to be fair, I watch a lot of anime. So I am very much waiting for the next anime series or thing to come out, because I do love a bit of anime. But so this is our project from today. What do we think? What do we think of the colour scheme? A little of citrusy loveliness. Not using the full butterfly, just kind of using bits of it. Using the stamp to kind of create our texture in it. A little bit grungy. A little bit grungy. So I could have gone round this a bit more with the black, but I'm quite pleased with that. So a couple of things. So just so you can see, for those newcomers, we do something slightly different each week. So this has been a previous week and a previous week. So if you want to go back and catch up on anything that I've created, all the videos are there on my YouTube channel, from very grungy to very clean cut. So, you know, guys, oh, I love it. Thanks, Rob. I love that you guys join me back every week. You guys are fab. You guys keep me going. You really do. It's lovely to have your company. Yeah, it really is. So this is our project for today. We have almost gone to an hour as usual, because I can't help waffling. But I've really enjoyed this, and it's been nice to kind of, it's a little bit dark, isn't it? And I do like that. So let's flip it a flu. Which one is it? That one. Flip it a flu. So yeah, I've enjoyed that. It's been nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. But it's nice. So different ways to use your die cuts. Yeah, because, well, we don't want something just to be one way of using it, do we? We want a product that kind of keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. So big love for you all. Thank you for joining me. I will be back next week. I am thinking next week of maybe doing some watercolour painting, but we'll see. We'll see. We do. So my other half has an entire week off on the run up to his 40th birthday. But I will still try and come live because, because I love it. I love it. Anyway, so thank you guys. Go and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I hope you find something good to watch on Telebox or YouTube or Netflix or whatever it is we watch nowadays, because I don't even watch telly anymore. It's crazy. But thank you for joining me. And I'll try not to waffle too much again, because I can't help myself. I just can't help it. So I'm going to end the stream, and I always forget which one to do it from. Do I do it from the actual YouTube one, or do I do it from the what's it, OBS I use? Well, we'll do it from OBS.